Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today, we are talking about, you didn't pay me, you paid the delivery app. Delivery driver takes items back after not receiving tip on $400 order. So it is absolutely possible that this is just a skit, but it does bring up a major point. If you're going to do an order, especially on a shopping app, you should by no means be accepting an order without a tip. It's no tip, no trip. Not no tip, do the order, get to the customer, and be upset that you don't receive a tip upon arrival. Not no tip, begrudgingly do the order anyway. Not no tip, expose the customer on TikTok, although it is very funny when it does happen. No tip, no trip. It's that simple. But with that said, I want to go over everything that is being said in this article, how it actually is for Doordash UberEats and Grubhub drivers, really any platform, as well as their corresponding customers, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. In the age of convenience, grocery delivery services like Instacart and Fresh Direct have become household names. But as these services grow in popularity, so does the debate over proper tipping etiquette. At this point, it doesn't matter if people are debating the concept of tipping etiquette. If we see an order and there's no tip on it, we ain't dealing with it anymore. It's just fiscally irresponsible to work with people on platforms that choose not to tip. Not to mention the overall account safety of customers who typically choose not to tip are typically the worst people to work with. On a physical safety level and on a account safety level. It's just irresponsible to work with them. In a video posted by Shisugum at Shisugum, a delivery driver and a couple engage in a tense exchange over a tip, or lack thereof, for a sizable $400 grocery delivery order. The driver, clearly frustrated, argues over the importance of tipping, especially given the effort she put into the delivery. The customers, on the other hand, stand firm on the principle that tipping is optional. I'm going to leave our TikTok as well as our profile in the description so you can develop your own opinions on the subject. But you know what else is optional? Accepting your order to begin with. Should she have even done all that shopping for the customer? No. Honestly, if it were me, I would have just said no. I would have moved on. She chose to do the order and finish it anyway. Should she take it back at that point? I don't think so, but you don't work with customers like this.
You can see how much work it was and why I should be getting a tip because of how much work this was.
No, you don't deserve a tip. You certainly don't.
Why do I not?
You're crushing the ramen noodles for one.
You see, that's the point. Why would you want to work with a customer that's going to literally justify for literally any nitpick reason why they shouldn't tip you? They are choosing to be scum. Why would you want to work with them? Why do you want to work with a boss that chooses to abuse you at work? Why do you stay in a relationship with an abusive husband or abusive wife? Why do customers choose to go on these platforms just to only have this argument with random people who choose not to take their orders because they don't tip? They're doing it to themselves. Don't engage with them.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
You're the one hitting me!
Au contraire, Vegeta. You brought this upon yourself.
Ramen noodles are perfectly fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, they're not.
They're perfectly
I just saw
fine.
You crush them for
They're
one.
not crushed. And why does it matter anyways? I'm
You're
taking
not
it back to
good
the
at
store.
your
They're
job,
not for
so
you
why would you
anymore.
get a tip?
They're not for you anymore. I just told you why I should get a tip.
They-
I had to pack all of this in my car and
I
bring it
paid
to you
for
guys
them.
and unpack it. You did not pay me. You paid the
I paid
delivery
for this
app.
food, okay?
You paid the delivery app. You
cannot
did not
touch
pay
the
me.
food to give
Do you
me
not
the
understand
stuff.
that?
Yeah, a lot of customers don't get that concept, or they do get that concept and they choose to pretend as if they don't. It's very common on the internet too. You see it in the comment section where somebody chooses not to understand the situation and they pretend like they don't know. That's why you just don't work with them, because logically what you could say is you could do your research and you can actually learn for yourself, but they don't want to do their research. They want to be abusive. They decided to be abusive. You don't work with them. And meanwhile, you're trying to explain it to them like they're brain damaged children. And honestly, why do you even bother? Why don't you just choose to work with customers that are worth working with?
No, I'm taking all of this back.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No,
you guys can get your refund, and another delivery driver can deal with you guys. I'm not going to deal with it anymore.
you're stealing.
No, I'm not
You
stealing
are
it. I'm
stealing
taking
for
it back.
How do we know you're
I mean, I would still categorize that as stealing. The driver should not have even accepted that order to begin with. The fact that she did the order only to get to the customer, only to take it back, I'm against that entirely. The argument goes on for several minutes and ends with the driver continuing to load the groceries in her car and the other customer promising that he is going to report this. The customers also speculate that the driver is probably going to keep this for herself. That's possible that she might just end up keeping it for herself. It's also possible that she goes to the store and refunds it and she gets the base pay anyway, as well as a return fee. Usually that's reserved for alcohol orders, but I could see it going both ways. A heated debate. The video was viewed 1.5 million times and has sparked a heated debate amongst viewers as well. The things you do for content, huh? No tip? Girl, bye. I'm with the driver. One user declared while another lamented $400 worth of groceries and they didn't even tip. Horrible. The customer is absolutely in the wrong for not tipping, but the driver is also in the wrong for accepting an order without a tip anyway. It's called no tip, no trip. Not no tip, do the order anyway, begrudgingly. Not no tip, do the order, get to the customer, see if they tip in cash, and then you dip if they don't. No tip, no trip. It's that simple. Yet there were those who also sided with the customers, with one saying tipping is optional. You knew it wasn't no tip before you did the order and still accepted it. Yes, he's absolutely right where the tipping is optional and you chose to do the order anyway. But here's the thing. It also reveals character about the customer. If they choose not to tip, they choose not to value you. You showed your hand. You literally said, I don't value you as a driver or a shopper. Why would you choose to work with them? Tipping culture is out of control in America. You know, it's funny because I just did a video talking all about if tipping culture is actually out of control in America. And one of the points that I brought up is it actually originated in European countries, more specifically UK. And just like their 13 colonies, we took it and made it our own. I'm going to leave the video talking all about if tipping culture is actually out of control in America. Feel free to check that out. We actually went pretty deep into the subject. Nothing new. This debate is nothing new, and there have been many individuals on both sides of the issue who have shared their own views on social media. One DoorDash customer explained why they never give drivers gratuities. Another delivery driver chronicled how frustrating it was to not receive a tip despite going above and beyond for their customers. I actually made a video on the latter point that is brought up. I will leave that video in the description as well. Feel free to check that out. The American service industry is a gamble. Workers often accept lower hourly wages with the hope of making more through tips. Sometimes this pays off handsomely, with generous customers leaving substantial tips for minimal work. Other times, as the video shows, workers can put in significant effort and walk away with nothing. Perhaps this roll of the dice is why the service industry is reportedly in the top industries with too many job openings in the United States, meaning perhaps workers are becoming fed up with this and want more stability. In addition, it was reported this year by Insider that Instacart dropped the hourly wage from $7 to $4, which means drivers are more dependent than ever on tipping. Okay, there's a couple of points that have been brought up here that I think is absolutely true. The American service industry can be a gamble. It's not always a gamble. With Doordash, UberEats, and Grubhub, we have the unique ability to choose who we work with. Instacart, same gist. Sure, there are gambles that some days you'll just get less orders than others, but the days where you actually make a lot of money, you're killing it for the most part. And as far as Instacart dropping its base pay and being more dependent on tips, I actually made a video on that as well. I'll leave that in the description. I know I'm plugging a lot today, but it's all relevant. After the video also went viral on Twitter, some viewers speculated that the video is staged. One Twitter post was flagged with a note for viewers that warns this video is from a TikTok account that uploads fake/staged arguments. The woman on the left can be seen in many of the videos on said TikTok account. This appears to be true. The TikTok account has grown a large following of nearly 50 15,000 users for posting videos that contain similar conflicts. In one video that has since been removed from the TikTok account, the same woman is featured. In that video, she is also a delivery driver who refuses to leave without being tipped by the customers. Now, the things you do for content, huh? It's good to know that this is a fake or staged thing, but nevertheless, that's actually a very common issue in the gig economy, is the choice of customers choosing not to tip. The fact of the matter is you don't work with customers like that, period. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. While the debate is considered heated online, it's really not a debate. Us as gig workers, we have the right to choose. We choose not to work with people who treat us badly. Period. We choose not to work with people who don't tip their drivers. Period. But there is one overall point that has been brought up that is very, very true. This is nothing new. We all knew this. It doesn't matter what industry you're talking about either. We have the unique ability to say no, but customers who don't like a system and are very loud to complain about it, that's very normal. Customers who choose to treat workers poorly and justify it online, that's very normal. The point that has been brought up that the American service industry is a gamble. It's a good point, but there are ways to lean the odds in your favor. Work in the gig economy to where you have more options, as well as flexibility and freedom. Develop an exit strategy and treat the gig economy as an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal, not the goal. Diversify your gig portfolio so you're not dependent on a singular app for any reason. Maybe even start your own gig so that way you're not focusing too much on what the apps can provide you so much as what you can provide yourself and what you can provide to customers, as well as develop other sources and streams of income for yourself so that way you are financially okay at the end of the day, whether that's through savings, investments, maybe you're getting into real estate, whatever that looks like for you. But all in all, the rule of thumb still stands. That doesn't change our standards by any means. No tip, no trip. Not no tip accept any order and just deal with what you get. Not no tip begrudgingly do no tip orders anyway. No tip, no trip. It's that simple. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!